would it be fair to say you're one of the more happier defence coaches in the world right now after that effort last night?
Yeah, absolutely. As we all know, the Irish attacking structure is one that makes you work hard, but also a lot of decisions in that. And we got tested in a number of areas, and we leaked a couple of times, but in general and overall, I thought we did really well.
But I suppose, given the narrative around this game up against the best team in the world, Ireland, on a 17-game winning streak, and a lot, talking about the All Blacks coming in, as underdogs into that quarterfinal. How much more satisfying does overcoming those sorts of narratives make that win?
Yeah, this team over a long period has been based on achieving big things, I guess, and we really respected Ireland and what they've been doing the last few years and the way they've been playing, and our boys were extremely up for that challenge, and it was a big challenge, and like I say, it's one because we really respected the way Ireland have been playing. So to front that and then overcome that is very satisfying. Yeah.
Obviously, the Pumas well. Having played them every year, and you've had some mixed results against them and over the last couple of years. What sort of threat, I suppose, or challenge do they pose in this sort of environment, do you think, in a World Cup semi-final?
What do they? So say that again, Ollie.
So what sort of threats do they pose, or challenges do they pose in this environment, given you're playing them in a World Cup semi-final, compared to when you might play them regularly in the Rugby Championship?
Oh, sorry, you're talking Argentina. I thought you were still talking Ireland. Sorry.
Oh, sorry. No, the Pumas. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the way they finished the game yesterday, they got off to a rough start, and the way they finished, and would have given them a huge amount of confidence to overcome Wales. And well, I guess a bit of a mantra that we've been talking about is who's the best team on the day. So it's not necessarily Rugby Championship. And yesterday they were clearly the best team and won comfortably. So they'll get a lot of confidence from that, I imagine.
Hey, Scott. Hey, Mark here. Congratulations. Can you just talk a little bit about what goes into a scenario like those last 37 phases when you obviously had to make 37 tackles on stats? What goes into that? How much of a genesis does that have on the training field, or in the video room, and all that sort of thing? It doesn't just happen, does it, right?
No, it doesn't. And Ireland have been the best team at holding onto the ball in that zone, leading into this World Cup and during this World Cup. They're extremely accurate, and their ball security and maintenance is world class. So we knew what we were up for, and we respected that. However, we had to make 276 tackles last night, and 100 of those were in the last quarter, and particularly in that last 37 phases. The most we've had to make in this tournament, or attempt to make, was 137 against Italy. So there's a huge amount of care, and there's a huge amount of ticker, I guess, Kiwi ticker, if you like, that we wanted to get the job done. And I'm really proud with our execution in that zone, but also our decision-making. So the ball wasn't there to take a number of times, and we had to wait for the moment and then execute really well. And Sam Whitelock put himself in the position twice to do that, and so did Ardy. And we finally got it. We finally got it after that 37th phase. So the boys are really happy with that.
Can you just talk also? Fozzie talked after the game about the Irish attack being cut and paste, and he didn't mean that in a derogatory way. I just think he meant it well organised. Kind of, you knew what was coming. And Nuggie also talked about the lessons you learned last July and how they've been applied to kind of this game. Can you just talk to that, because you kind of knew what was coming, right?
Yeah, we did. Definitely not cut and paste. I think he just meant in terms of the shape they run is really consistent and over and over again. They hold on to the ball well, and then they make you make decisions and they test your execution. And like I say, we didn't get that perfect last night, but the majority of the time we did get it right. And yeah, like you alluded to, that after the series loss at home last year, which really hurt, we had to have a really good look at some fundamentals in the defensive game for the All Blacks. And a big part of that was in Super Rugby New Zealand, they tend to defend the man. So they line up on a man and they defend the man, whereas that doesn't work against Ireland. It doesn't work against Italy. It doesn't work against France. And we knew we had those teams more than likely in this World Cup. So we had to develop our ability to be able to defend the ball. So wherever the ball is, we had to put people in front of that. And I guess what I'm alluding to is Ireland make you do that over and over again. They make you make a decision on the ball. And then you have to be able to see that and then defend the man quickly. And that was the most pleasing aspect, is we've built the players' skill set from last year. Like I say, that loss against Ireland. And then in the end of the year tour. And we've learnt some really harsh lessons. But like I say, last night, the majority of the time we got that right. And we had to get that right against Ireland and the way they attack. So the boys are really happy with the effort, but also the execution last night.
Thank you,
Scott. It's easy to draw parallels between 2019 tournament and a big quarterfinal win, and then of course heading into a semi-final where there was disappointment last time around. How do you sort of, I guess, make sure that you come back down to earth, refocus, reset, and put yourselves in the best position to produce a performance like you did last night, and don't sort of suffer the what happened in 2019 where the team just didn't quite get it right?
Yeah, it's a good question, and it's something some of us have already been thinking about. And I guess an answer for me would be the week and the way we prepared during that week. I thought last week our detail, our energy, and our focus was top class. And it gave the players confidence then to go out and execute that and feel that under pressure in the moment. 2019, we didn't do that as well in our week leading into England. And it's not necessarily the opposition, it's just the quality of what we put into the week. Now, there were a couple of bits and pieces from there. Our captain, Currie, couldn't train. There were disruptions. So we have to make sure that we don't have those disruptions. And we build the week with the quality and the focus that we did last week. And we respect Argentina. They're a different beast to Ireland, and we will slowly build the week. But today it's just about getting our bodies right, and I think the families are coming out for dinner tonight, so and getting some good energy and relaxing with them to start the week.
Cheers, mate.
Scott, Liam Napier here. Congrats on the performance last night. Just picking up on Joe's point there, I guess wider than 2019, can you just talk to, I guess, the mental and emotional roller coaster that comes with such a high, coming down off that and then having to get back up again? Just, what's that like, and how hard that is to do in sport? It's probably one of the greatest challenges that any team faces.
Yeah, absolutely, Liam. It's a boring answer for your team, but it's about just staying in the moment. We've talked a lot about that leading into this tournament, and last night we did want to enjoy the moment. It's a huge occasion. We respected Ireland so much, and to overcome that or overcome them, and we just wanted to enjoy that last night. And there was loads of family here last night, and to be able to relax with them. And then it's quickly shifting into the moment and getting excited about what's next. And we're going into a World Cup semi-final against an opposition that, like I said, is really different. So we have to get excited about that, and we will, and we'll take today to energize ourselves, and then we'll start our work on Monday and start getting excited about them.
And just broadly, squad wise, how did everyone pull up? Any sort of injuries from last night?
It just the protocol, the injury assessment's going on now. from memory, there's nothing significant. There was no concern or talk about any individuals. So we'll just see how the bumps and bruises come out today.
Cool, thank you.
Hi, Scott. Luke from The Guardian here. Congratulations. Just on the cut and paste comment, obviously that was something that's quite easy to interpret as criticism of Ireland being quite one-dimensional, but is that would be the wrong way to interpret what Ian said regarding cut and paste?
No, I think it wasn't a derogatory comment at all. Cut and paste meant that they just kept running the same shape, the attack shape, and they just kept trying to find a weakness in us over and over and over and over again. That was what I think he meant by the cut and paste. And like I said, they are one of the best attacking sides in the world. They make you make constant decisions and they test your execution. So they just kept trying to run the same stuff against us. And what I'm saying is that I'm really proud that no one in our line really tried to win that on their own or win that moment on their own. They did it collectively. They stayed connected and they just did what we trained in. And eventually we got the opportunity to turn the ball over.
Thank you. And just quickly, in terms of one person who did do something on their own, Sam Kane's tackle on, I think it was Caelan Doris. Did you see that as kind of a momentum shifter and something that your boys took real kind of inspiration from and something that, you know, to get in the faces of the opposition?
Yeah, I've just gone through the first half an hour of the game this morning, and I thought our loose forward trio did that really well together. So there was a number of times where, you know, the taking legs out quickly and then another loosey beside them would get on the ball or help with the tackle and then put pressure on the ball on the breakdown. And Sam's tackle definitely initiated a lot of that. He hit really hard and dislodged the ball, and a lot of their direct runners, we did that really well, either to turn the ball over or put pressure and slow their ball down. So I thought the loose forward trio in particular did that really well.
Thank you.
Scott, can I just ask you, understandably before the game, didn't want to talk too much about the sort of motivation of last year and the anger within the squad and the desire for revenge. But was that something you saw in a lot of the faces? I know Richie talked about it last night. Was it something that you really saw out there?
No, not in particular. I'm not sure of Richie's comments, so I haven't caught up with that. But in terms of anger and revenge, that's not something we spoke about during the week. It's definitely not a mindset that we wanted to take into the game. It was more about how we performed and the pride we took in executing what we needed to. And last year we didn't, and they taught us some lessons. So we wanted to address those, and like I say, a big part of that was defensively, and we went out and did that, and we just focused on what we had to do, and we just did that over and over. And like I said, 276 tackles is a huge amount of effort, and it tests your execution. So we're really proud with how we did that in the moments.
Yeah, thank you. And just on Ardie Surveyor, the praise for him has been pretty extensive, and Bobby Skinstad saying it was the greatest performance by number 8 he's ever seen. Can you just give a few words on what you saw out there?
It's huge praise, isn't it? And he deserves that. Ardie wants to perform on the world stage, and he's been doing it for a long time now. But these moments, he did it throughout the game, didn't he? And we asked a lot of him, both sides of the ball, and yeah, we're really proud of the effort that he put in for us.
Hey team, we're just going to wrap things up there. Thank you very much. Thank you, Stormy. We'll let you.
Thanks, team.